My name is Rebecca Neckritz. I'm an alum from 2022. I was a double major in TFMA, where I studied theater with a concentration in acting, and I also double majored in Klein, where I studied advertising with a concentration in copywriting. Now I do a bunch of different things. I have a job working with graduate students, so I'm basically a nonprofit director. I do a ton of event planning, working with students, traveling across the country, which has been really, really fun. I'm also very involved in marketing, and I do a lot of the email marketing for this company. I also run Philly Food Ladies and NYC Food Ladies, which are both food Instagrams. Philly Food Ladies recently hit 80K, and we were nominated for a bunch of awards this year, including the 2023 Philadelphia Magazine Top Food Influencer, as well as recently being named as one of the 20 top TikTokers to follow in Philly by Philadelphia Inquirer, along with Travis Kelce and Gritty and some very cool folks. So I kind of, built up this local business doing Philly Food Ladies. I was very entrenched in the media scene, in the PR scene, in the local business scene. So post-grad, I definitely wanted to stay here. I actually got a job working full-time at a social media agency in Philly, but I actually moved to New York, so I currently live in Brooklyn. So sorry to the Philly fanatics out there. I think Philly's an awesome city. I'm from Cheltenham, so I've been in this area my whole life, going to Temple and staying here a bit post-grad, and now I'm on a new adventure, definitely enjoying trying some new things. And of course, as a theater person, I love Broadway, so having that accessibility to go to Broadway and off-Broadway shows has been really incredible. So freshman year, I had a random roommate named Christina, and we were living in the Honors LLC in the 1300 dorm. We started a food page together just to share our favorite Temple eats with our friends. And eventually we kept working on it, kept learning about content, teaching ourselves how to make videos, how to actually take good photographs. So around 2020, we started really taking it seriously. Around 2022 is when we started working with brands, being featured in the media, working with PR companies. And now we take it pretty seriously. We get to work with some amazing brands. Some recent ones include Planet Oat, Chopped, Wawa, Frontier Airlines, Capital One, the bank. And our upcoming idea is that we're trying to host an international trip. Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of lessons I think you learn in Temple Theaters as an actor, as someone who's so collaboratively involved in all these productions. I think you definitely learn how to work with other people. There's so many people involved in these productions, and I think you really learn to respect people, to understand that everyone's role is really important. In terms of my career now, it was actually Jason Lindner who inspired me to get involved in advertising and marketing. So I knew that I wanted to double major when I was studying theater, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I thought maybe psychology or something. And then during my contract, I ended up doing social media because I thought it would be easy. And I ended up really getting interested in marketing and advertising for the arts. I thought that was really cool. So it inspired me to add my advertising major. So thanks, Jason. He is also still my reference for jobs to this day. Which I really appreciate.
Yeah, it's a great.
Yeah,
they're great resources.
That is something I was just giving a presentation at Temple Honors, talking about social media strategy, content, and career tips for people who are still in school. And one of my tips for them was that find a faculty member that you really like, who can be your ride or die, who can be your recommendation even when you're out of school, because that's something that's really important and really valuable. So I really appreciate that. I think definitely staying true to yourself. There's a lot of rejection that comes along in theater, especially as an actor. And I think it can be easy to get lost in that, but I think staying true to yourself, also recognizing that there's so many paths that you can follow. And even if you're not doing theater at a certain point, it doesn't mean you're not using those skills or that you're not going to go back to it. I'm actually considering starting a theater company. At this point, one of my roommates is a theater artist who works at Juilliard. And I've met a lot of other folks just going to events in Brooklyn who are cool and creative. So we've been talking about starting a reading series.
Oh, wonderful.